like favorite kind of supporting actors. Like the guy,
Yeah.
he looms in the background, but when he has his scenes, he fucking steals the show every time. You know,
Yeah.
he was such a good actor, and he seemed like a really great person. So, what a huge loss, for the industry, and our hearts goes out to his family and friends
Hmm.
at this time. But go ahead.
No, I was saying
Oh
R.I.P.
yeah. R.I.P. Um, moving on to something a little less of a downer. Shang-Chi has officially dethroned Rob Zombie's Halloween for the biggest box office draw for Labor Day weekend.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Nice.
something that Rob Zombie's Halloween had held on to very firmly for 13 years, I believe.
Wow, that's crazy.
I know, right? For a horror movie? Insane.
Yeah. That's cool.
But
well,
also...
I guess that's the reason why Venom has pushed up their release date for that as well.
Yeah,
To
right.
see the success.
For comic book movies.
Right.
That's pretty awesome. And my hat goes off to Shang-Chi, I love that they're Marvel's finally like representing I guess like Asian culture, and it's not like something with Doctor Strange where they're there but they're in the background. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like
yeah.
they're in the forefront, and that's something that's long overdue. And the fact that it was like a monumental success in the midst of this pandemic is a huge feat, I think, for us as just like America. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Did you hear the news? This was a while back. I think it was a couple of weeks before the release of Shang-Chi, but I believe it was one of the Disney execs who was in charge of that. It wasn't Kevin Feige, but someone up there in that power ranking of that. But he said that Shang-Chi is going to be a real experiment, kind of almost shitting on. I think the lead of that film. His name escapes me, but he had said it was. He kind of took that as disrespectful, saying that they're taking a chance on an Asian-led superhero film. Basically, that's what he was reaching for, saying it's kind of an experiment, so we'll see how it turns out if we release it exclusively in theaters. So I think that was a big thing as well a couple of weeks ago.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I hadn't heard about that, but well, I know. Did Snake Eyes do very well?
Snake Eyes did not. No, I think it was very. A lot of people didn't like it. I think they took a couple of things. They changed a couple of things in his character, but I think they were planning on making this a trilogy, and I don't think that's going to happen anymore. But I know they had the guy who actually created Snake Eyes. He was kind of there to help them out throughout the film. But I guess a lot of people didn't like it.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it. I'm looking forward to seeing it whenever it becomes available on something, or whenever it becomes when it's not $20 to rent.
yeah.
But yeah, I would have liked to gone and seen it in theaters, but it just wasn't a good time for me.
Understandable. My last piece of news, we've also got a new look at the upcoming Dexter miniseries, Dexter New Blood, I believe it's called, and it's now being revealed that his son Harrison looks to have made his way back to his father, and also we get a brief look at Deborah, who is Dex's sister in the show, coming back. I know it was revealed that she is going to take over the Harry kind of persona, where of course I won't say this for anybody who hasn't watched Dexter yet, but we know the situation of Deb's character, right?
Yeah.
And and she's kind of gonna be in Dex's head, so to speak, in this one, as a way to keep her spirit alive, I guess I'll say. So it's pretty cool. I kind of called that. I was telling my buddy who's like super obsessed with Dexter, and he didn't believe me, and then they announced it. I'm like, yo, yeah. I don't mean to sound overconfident or anything, but it's like when you watch as much stuff as we do, and
you can call it.
Yeah, and you do a show like this every week, writing, you kind of get like a sixth sense for people's writing styles, you know?
Yeah.
And
I'm right there with you.
Yeah. So I don't know. But yeah, I'm very, very excited to check that out. I hope it's good. I know it's just a mini series, and so we're getting like 8 or 9 episodes, and that's it. Hopefully they change their mind on that. Or, you know, if it's not good, then that's awesome. But if it's good, it's going to be a shame to see it go so fast. But I'm just glad that Dexter's coming back. Michael C. Hall.
They have to have some type of, I'd say, like, thing in the contract. Like, if this does X amount of, like, streams or whatever, or watches, or, you know, like, they'll bring it back. I would say if it's super successful, they'd have to have some type of clause or something. Or like, oh, we gotta capitalize and do another second miniseries or something.
Yeah, right. Unless it's they're ending it where there is no way to go. But we know.
Right.
Who knows? Who knows? Right. Don't get mad at me out there, everyone. Yeah, that'll wrap up news and move us into Rex. What do you got for me, man?
Nice. So I was just recently watching or rewatching for like the 100th time The Matrix. The first one, it's on HBO Max. I think the whole trilogy is on HBO Max if you want to watch that.
Wow.
But I'm talking about just the first one. I know Kung Fu. Definitely worth a rewatch if you've already seen it. If you haven't, I highly recommend checking all of them out. First one is obviously, at least in my opinion, probably the best one.
No, dude, yeah, that's facts. That's not an opinion. That's facts.
Yeah. But yeah, check that out. Check all 3 of them out if you'd like. I'm not saying the other 2 are shitty, but number 1 is definitely way above the other 2. But then we get I just rewatch all of them just to, you know, get yourself warmed up for the next one. And then also I've been rewatching Lovecraft Country. Yeah, man, that show is so amazing. The writers on that, everything about that show. It's just, I love the way it's done. How it's kind of like, it's so like ominous and creepy, and it's so well written and filmed and everything. I just love it. The cast is amazing. Everybody shines in that. Yeah, I can't say any more about that than I already have. That sucks that it was canceled.
What? It was?
You didn't know that?
No.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, it's crazy because they're nominated for like 16 or 17 like Emmys or something, or whatever award things coming out.
Emmys?
Emmys, yeah, I think that's what it is. They're nominated for like 17 or something, and they ended up canceling the show.
What the hell? The only thing I could think of is it was just too expensive because it's a period piece.
Yeah, I hope the stars align and we're able to get at least a second season or something, or a film to kind of cap it.
That's so crazy. I didn't know that.
I love that film. I love that show. I do wish we were getting a second one, but it still holds as just, you know, watching it as one season. It's nothing wrong with it. There's somewhat of a cliffhanger at the end, but yeah, it stands alone. I mean, if they're not going to do a second one, I'm totally okay with it. I would love for them to do a second season. But I know the main actor, his name escapes me. He signed on to be Kang the Conqueror for Marvel, so I know he's probably going to be super busy for the next like 10 years or something. Jonathan Majors.
Ah, okay.
That's his name.
Good
but
take.
Yeah, I know he's signed on for at least a couple of films for Marvel. I know he's going to be the new Ant-Man film, and I know he's I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but he is on a Disney Plus series as well. So, yeah. Check out Lovecraft Country and The Matrix. Both available on HBO Max.
Very nice, very nice. We love Max around here, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
So I have two for you. The first one is a request by our own Chris Pollock. Because of the passing of Michael K. Williams, he wanted me to rec The Wire, which is also available on HBO Max.
Yeah.
So check it out. Great show. Pivotal show. I think, just like Sopranos, this was a show that was on before shows were cool. You know what I mean? Before everybody was into shows and there were shows about everything. You know, there wasn't too many that aren't sitcoms. There wasn't too many shows like that. And Sopranos and The Wire really kind of broke down that barrier between that blur the lines through cinema and television. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was like the beginning of like how you're saying, like I think that's the start of what you get to see like movie stars actually make that transition into TV series.
Definitely. But yeah, so check out The Wire if you haven't already, if you're crazy. And then on Hulu, we finally got the second season. And I believe they released 3 or 4 episodes for us already, like right off the bat. Wu-Tang and American Saga, Season 2 on Hulu right now. Check it out.
Oh, nice.
Oh, man. I don't know if you've seen the first season yet, but...
Yes, I have. I loved it.
Yeah. Oh, second season, they keep that same energy. So good.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, it's just like pulls you in. So... it's incredible, man. I don't know. I'm a huge Wu-Tang fan. I have been for years. And I'm so glad. And of course, it's probably because the RZA is overseeing everything. But everything seems so authentic and the performances are top tier. I just can't get enough. I can't wait for the next episode. So if you guys out there haven't seen it yet, Wu-Tang and American Saga Season 2 available for streaming right now on Hulu. Check it out.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't have any last words, that'll move us into our main focus, the movie focus of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Wrong Turn from 2021. It's rated R. It's a horror thriller film. It's 1 hour and 50 minutes is the runtime, and it's got a 63 on Rotten. Kind of low.
Yeah. Surprisingly low.
Written by Alan McElroy, directed by Mike P. Nelson, starring Charlotte Vega, Bill Sage, Emma Dumont, Dylan McTee, Daisy Head, Matthew Modine, and Aidan Bradley. The film takes place in Royal Virginia, where a group of young liberal tourists set out to explore the Appalachian Trail. After being warned to stick to the marked trail, the crew decides to veer off anyways, which ultimately doesn't end well as they are confronted by a community that has lived within the mountains for centuries. The film was first announced in 2018 with Alan McElroy attached to pen the script. Alan was the original writer for the first Wrong Turn installment, which was released way back in 2003. With the film being a small budget movie and also being released within the long-running pandemic, it was first delayed and then had just a one-day theatrical run. Something that its studio, Saban Films, has done before with properties such as Rob Zombie's 3 from Hell. Wrong Turn seems to be a highly decisive film that has its horror fans split down the middle, with some loving it and some downright hating it for not sticking with the original source material. This is where it gets interesting because there have been 6 installments with the franchise, with the last one being released in 2014, and all of them following the inbred cannibal outdoor horror formula. It's worth noting that every movie aside from the original was straight to video affair. So with that being said, you would think a change within the universe or a re-envisionment would be welcomed within the horror community. Although the film starts off using familiar tropes, it sets up a rather satisfying trap for us as viewers. playing out two different timelines, with the father of one of our main characters, Jen, showing up to the small town to investigate his daughter's disappearance.